Number 86, over here, is my King Bab, Polinobius muticus. It's about a 2-inch unsexed specimen. Really nice, slow-moving old world terrestrials, but these guys grow so slow. But like their brachypelmas, they're going to be living extremely long, like 25-30 years. It's the only baboon that will live that long, so that's pretty good in my book. And the second largest, next to Hysterocrates Hercules, which is the Hercules baboon. Unfortunately, I don't have one in my collection at this time. Okay, this one here is my only tarantula from Australia. This one is a Phlogius crassipeps, a female Queensland whistling spider or barking spider. Now this one here is around 4 inches. They'll get up to having a 4.5 to 5 inch leg span. Overall brown tarantula and a significantly pet hole. So there is the hole, and the burrow travels all the way down, and you can see this T right here. Unlike my other pet holes, I can see this one all the time, so I'm really happy that she didn't really completely web on the bottom of the enclosure. And that makes for great videos, so you can see her getting the superworm in her burrow. Number 88 is a Formictopus auratus, Cuban bronze, a 3.5–4 inch male named Don Manuel, one of the villager characters from Resident Evil 4. So my friends, here I have a pair of female Haitian brown bird eater Formictopus cancerides, which total 89 and 90. So over here I'm going to show you my big female Jezebel, who ain't too happy with me. Here she is. Approximately 7 inches. She really loves to slap, and one of my more aggressive specimens. And this one here is Isabella, who is my potentially gravid female Haitian brown. You can see that her abdomen is really plump. Hopefully within the next month or two, I think that's the gestation of these guys. Fingers crossed for an egg sac drop. Can't wait to see these little spawn from hells arising. And the last of my Formictopus species, this one here is Holly, hopefully a suspect female Formictopus platus, which is the Caribbean island silver bird eater. I think that's what they call it. Kind of resembles your Formictopus auratus. And as with all Formictopus species, savage eaters and not a very friendly temperament. But that's how they go for these Formictopus. Alright everyone, I'm excited to show you all of my pokies. This is the favorite genus that I love collecting in tarantulas. I pretty much have all of them except for P. ornata, which I am definitely going to get maybe 1 or 2 at the upcoming expo. So let's have a look at my all-time favorite tarantula. And here she is, ladies and gentlemen. My Poecilotheria bara, which is the ivory lowland ornamental, or you like to call it Safesca lowland. In my opinion, my favorite of the Poecilotheria species because of its colors. Love the dark brown and black appearance, almost a goldish color. This is Charmaine, a full-grown adult female. T number 94, she's already showing burrowing tendencies already, is my confirmed female Poecilotheria fasciata, the Sri Lankan ornamental. So as many of you who have been watching my channel for the past years, I bought a lot of P. fasciata in the past, and I was extremely unlucky. Every time I got them, they always end up being mature male. And when I went to bring them to Tarantula, Canada to breed, the male was almost always eaten by the female. So TC called me 5 years ago saying that they had this female available. I dropped everything what I was doing, rushed in my car, and drove all the way there to pick this one up. That's simply because I needed to have a female to show you guys. They look very similar to the Poecilotheria regalis, which is the Indian ornamental, the classic one. The only difference is that they have slightly different carapace markings as well as abdominal markings. If you want to see a nice video on how to tell the Poecilotherias apart, I made a Mythbuster video on that one, and that's number 23. Number 95, and this is an impressive example of a Poecilotheria formosa, which is the Salem ornamental. This one here is a 7-inch female named Salem. Now I like to dub this Pokie the purple Pokie because the camera is really picking up well on this particular female. You can see that all around the carapace as well as the femurs, you can make out a purple highlight to them. '96, '97 is a rare pair. Well, let's hope you can really make this out. Poecilotheria hanamavila samica, which is the Ramesh worm ornamental. So this one here is Sebastian, my male. This was the very first Poecilotheria that I bought from Tarantula, Canada, and this was the most expensive one I bought at the time. Back 5 years ago, these were $215. Now with breeding, I came across this one here, which I lead to be a suspect female because I'm noticing that the folio stripe, which is the striping around the abdomen, starting to get more white, and this may be a good indication of a possible female, but I do have to sex it by molt or by ventral shot to get a really better and more accurate estimate and guess. So anyways, back to what I was saying. Back 5 years ago, these were very rare at the time, and I paid that much for it. This one here, now that there's a lot of breeding going on, the price dropped well below $215, and I got this specimen for a grand total of $65. So it goes to show you that the more breeding that we do, the less and less expensive the tea's going to be. I love it, and hoping that both of them mature out, and I really would love to breed Pokey out of my Vila Samica. I did it with Regalis, so hopefully I could probably do it with these specimens. Okay, so it's a pity that we won't be able to see her on the anterior side, but this is my Goody Sapphire Ornamental, Poecilotheria metallica. You can right away tell it's metallica by the blue coloration, and you can really see the yellow striping on the legs. And to anyone who is curious about ventral sexing, this works for almost every specimen. If you see this part here, it really is not going to come out well on camera. This is your epigastric furrow, and if you do see that, then you have a confirmed female. Mia was raised as a 1-inch spiderling back 6 years ago, and she is full grown and happens to be one of my calmest ones. If you've seen a video of my friend Chad handling this specimen, she is pretty calm. And there we go, that's her colors. Really, really nice. Alright guys, this one here is number 99. Poecilotheria Miranda, which is the Bengal Spotted Ornamental. A nice 5-inch female that I named Miranda. And yes guys, this is the same female that my friend Chad handled. As you can see, her temperament is a little bit on the nervous side, but still non-defensive. Alright guys, check this out. 6.5 inches is the size of my Poecilotheria hybrid, or crossbreed between a P. ornata and a P. vittata, the ghost fringed ornamental. Now this is a confirmed female, so if you look right over here, this is where your epigastric furrow is, and this is almost always an indication that this is a female. And when she did molt back in January, I filmed the sexing of the molt. So let's give an idea what she looks like. Now, I don't want to open up the door too much. But she is right here. Alright, here it is. My Poecilotheria hybrid, a cross between a vittata and an ornata. I can tell that the legs are reminiscent of a P. ornata, and the markings resemble that of P. vittata. A gorgeous, gorgeous hybrid. I love it. And I'm amazed that Amy is sitting still like that. That's cool. Very, very cool. Love these Exoterra Nanos. They're really great enclosures for your pokies. Not for the larger ones like Rufilata, but for Metallica, Miranda, Ambara, and Safusca, they'll suit them perfectly. Alright, T number 101 is my 8-inch mature female Poecilotheria regalis, the Indian ornamental that I named Zelda. Many of you who have been watching my channel for the past couple of years may remember that this was my very first successful sack, breeding it with Eric's mature male named Link. Alright, for those of you who are interested, that is the Pterogopococcus species Haiti that I filmed in part 1. We didn't really see it very much. Now she's out in the open. Went back to hiding. Okay, number 102 is my other P. regalis, Pandora. Slightly smaller than Zelda by maybe about half an inch to an inch. Still a very nice female. 103, a small P. rufilata, the red slate ornamental. Right there. This one's going to need a rehouse. Alright, T number 104, a slightly larger P. rufilata, red slate ornamental. This one I named Sephora, but I might change him because it might be a male tarantula. And how do I know this? As I look at the folio stripe, which is the abdominal striping, you can see on this specimen that the black or the brown part is becoming more prominent than the yellow. So for this reason, it's a reasonable indication that this might be a male tarantula. So it's all good because I do have a big female, which you will see right about. Alright everyone, feast your eyes on my biggest pokey. This is a near 8.5 inch, almost 9. Poecilotheria rufilata, the red slate ornamental, named Osiris. You can see that the abdominal striping on this female, it's much more yellow, and you almost rarely see the black striping. And you know, when your pokey is this beefy, it's a sure thing that this could be a female. I mean, she is huge, very chunky, and one of the largest pokies next to the P. ornata. A 9 to 10 inch leg span is very common with these ornamentals. And this is coincidentally my largest tarantula that I have so far. Still waiting on my Theraphosa, Sturmey, and Apophysis to grow. Alright, so this is a Lasiodora that you don't really see in many collections, and it's kind of rare. This one is a Lasiodora fracta, which is a Brazilian smoky gray bird eater. This is definitely not a very friendly Lasiodora, as if I do touch her, she'll right away bite the paintbrush. She's currently around 4.5 inches. Her name is Willow, and they'll pretty much identically look as the El Parahybana, except for the fact it doesn't really have much pink on her body, and they'll get up to the same 8 to 10 inch leg span. Certainly a very feisty and very flicky Lasiodora. And also, like all Lasiodoras, savage eaters. Alright, T number 106, I had to coax her out of her little hiding spot. This is Allison, my mature female Poecilotheria smithi, the yellow-backed ornamental. Allison is currently around 5.5 inches. She'll probably become around 7 inches or 8, and she'll be considered full grown. She's mature, so I would definitely breed her if I find a mature male. And what sets these apart from the P. regalis, they do come from the same area, India, but you can see that on the smithi they have a lot of yellow tinges on their whole body, so giving it the common name yellow-backed ornamental. Alright, T number 107. Yeah, she went to hiding. This is Sae, S-A-E, who is my female Poecilotheria striata, the Mysore ornamental. So if you note the colors, looky here, this one is not mine, but this is Don's mature male P. striata. So I want to show you guys the sexual dimorphism between the pokies. This is the mature male. Notice how he lost all his colors, so basically he's pretty much a brown and purple pokey. And if you look at the striata female, you can see that the black, beige, and white colors are maintained. Alright, this is T number 108. This is supposedly a Poecilotheria safusca highland, the candy highland ornamental. This is the one I got from the Facebook forum Tarantulas in Canada, Yili Yang. The same person that bought that Ephonoploma bicoloratum and the B. baumgarteni. And this one here is number 109. Supposedly a Safusca lowland. But at this stage they're kind of too young to correctly identify them. It might be a highland, and this might be a lowland. Oh, nice. Yeah, we did get a molt. Oh yeah, starting to look like this one. Yeah, this is a Poecilotheria tigrina, which is the Wessel tiger ornamental. This is about roughly around the 2-inch mark. Raised as a 1-inch spiraling. This is the one of the pokies that is kind of very fast, as you can see. That's her typical teleportation. Here we go. You don't see him. Trying to get a decent ventral shot. Could be female, but not totally sure. I love this one. Loads of energy. Oh, look who we have here. A nice molt. This is from my Poecilotheria tigrina, the Wessel tiger ornamental. This guy is skittish as you wouldn't believe. And these guys are teleporters. And this one here is Tina, my slightly larger P. tigrina, Wessel tiger ornamental. Went into hiding. And this one here, number 112, is the last Poke in my collection. This one here is a Poecilotheria vittata, formerly known as P. Pederseni, the Ghost Ornamental. This is a 6.5 inch mature female. Pretty skittish and not too friendly. Alright, so that's all the pokies I have. Now moving on to the Samapoas, I only have 2 of them. Alright, number 113 is my mature female Josie II. My Venezuelan sun tiger, Samapoas erminia. This is a full-grown 5-inch adult. Okay, so good luck trying to find this specimen. She went into the bottom of her burrow. This is my Samapoas reduncus, which is the Costa Rican orange mouth, and the only evidence I have to show you guys is that she recently molted. Yeah, she's down in her burrow. You can barely make out her legs. So, I did actually manage to take a picture of her after she freshly molted, so let's go have a look at it. Okay, so you are seeing a double of Turnipalma sazime, which is the sazime tarantula. This is the one that becomes blue with a red abdomen. So I have a freshly molted specimen on the left and one towards the right. So 115 and 116. Alright, next up is my terrible duo of Turniochilus murinus red phase, or commonly called the OBT. I have an unspexed potential female in here. This is the one I got from Tay, and if you do watch that rehouse video, you'll see a really cool experience where this particular tarantula crawled inside my vent, and luckily for me the vent was closed and I was able to capture her. Very scary. And we should be able to get a glimpse of this mature female. She's a lot older but a lot larger as well. And I don't want to get in too close, but there she is. She's close to around 5.5, 6 inches. Always in a pissed off mood, but it's the temperament of the OBT. Number 120, this is a huge T. This is the Sericopalma rubronitans, a 7-inch mature female giant Panama red rump. This one is Roberta, and usually in almost every feeding video that I make. That's how good of an eater she is. Kind of like the B. vagans with the reddish rump, but on the carapace you don't see that little tan outlining that brachypalmas have. Also, this guy is much more skittish and much more faster than the vagans. Okay, so I'm sure that this particular spider is going to bring a lot of nightmares to some people. This one here, I present to you with my most lethal specimen that I have in my care. This is a Sicarius turosus, commonly known as the six-eyed sand spider. So I just want to give you an update on how it's doing. It's doing well. Certainly loves the black sand, and he appears almost camouflaged. These get up to having a 3-inch body span. This guy is about halfway there. And the only saving grace why I would keep such a lethal spider is that it doesn't climb glass, which is a good thing, and it's not that much aggressive or defensive. It's just shy, but a really cool specimen and definitely not for the faint-hearted. And this is a true spider, which means that it's not an actual tarantula. Here's one, a new T, and we can actually even see her. Eee! Okay, this one here, oh, I kind of messed up. Sora was the name of my Pistriata. This is Sae, named after the Fatal Frame 2 character. This is a female, mature, around 4 inches, Sparabofria hoffmanni, which is the South American horned bird eater. This is the only horned species to exist in South America. And a lot of horned species that we know of are primarily the Ceratogyres. Alright, this one here, number 122, is a Stromatopelma calceatum, the feather-leg baboon. One of the most potent tarantulas that I've worked with, and definitely the most vicious one as well. Okay, so this tarantula needs no introduction. You've seen this one in the video I uploaded a few days ago. This is my freshly molted female Tapnicenius gigas, which is the orange tree spider. Around 4 inches, and I like this YouTube comment from my fellow subscriber. He said that this is a clone of an OBT, and I full-heartedly agree with him. Because these guys are fast and not so nice. Okay, so hopefully this one makes it out clear. This one here is a Tapnicenius Sancti Vincenti, the St. Vincent's tree spider. This is a 1.5 inch freshly molted, unknown sex. But you can see their molt is over here, starting to show its nice purple coloration that the adults have. Okay, number 124 is my Theraphosa apophysis, which is the pink-foot Goliath bird eater. And how you can tell that this is a true apophysis, the fact that it has the pink on all of their feet. If it was a T. sturmi, you would see the pink feet only on the first 2 pairs of legs, not the back 2. And if it was a real blondie, you would not see the pink feet at all on all 8 legs. That's pretty much how you tell them apart if it's a spiderling. And I can't wait to see how this unsexed specimen will grow up. If it will be a male, it's going to be like a Panthobedia species. You can have the nice purple color. If it's a female, it's going to be brown, like a coffee brown color, but it will have some purplish highlights to them, kind of like your P. formosa. This is a 5th instar, which means undergrown 5 molts since its lifetime. Alrighty, this is Gertrude. She is my 6-inch juvenile female Theraphosa sturmi, the burgundy Goliath bird eater. Sadly, I do not own the real T. blondie. So for an adult, the way to distinguish a blondie from a sturmi is to look at the patella hair, which is right over here. So if you see that this one here is lacking hair, So that means that this is a T sturmy. If you would have hair all over the knees and downwards, then you would know that this is the true T Blondie. Very sought after and quite expensive, but sturmies are pretty much affordable, and these guys get up to having a 12-inch leg span. 10 is the more typical, but I've seen some get up to 12 inches. Really great specimen, but a lot more demanding to take care of because it needs a constant humidity supply. You can't leave it too dry, or else they can dehydrate very badly and they could die on you. This one here is one of my favorite Thrixopelma species. This is a Thrixopelma cyanulum, the cobalt red rump. I name this female Reka, or Rika, a Fatal Frame 3 character, the end boss. She's the blue priestess with tattoos. It's a nice fitting name. I mean, she's gorgeous, and this is one of the few blue teas that you can actually handle. Also, I'm told that Homo Emma species blue is also a nice handleable blue tea. I love this one. Alright, tea number 127. Oh, the hair kicker. This one here is Victoria. She is my Thrixopelma ochre tea, which is the giant Peru flame rump. This is a 5-inch adult female, full grown. I just love how contrasting these Thrixopelma are. You have one species that's green and red, then you have the other species, Sanalum, which is blue and red, and the one I really would love to get in my collection is a Thrixopelma lagunis, which is an all-blue tarantula with gold striped legs. Positively mind-blowing. Alright, so I can't really see much of this one. This is not a tarantula, a megalomorph. This is the unidentified trapdoor that I showed, I believe, back in feeding video 126, where I saw it eat for the first time. This is an unidentified one from Malaysia. Still alive and doing well. But, as with all trapdoors, I rarely see them. Wah. Number 129 is a Vitellius paranenensis. This is Veronica, a Argentinian brown bird eater. This is a confirmed female, 2 inches. She's going to double her size and she'll be full grown. And as you've seen, she's almost featured in every feeding video. Nice eater. That's typical of your bird eaters. Alright guys, we reached the end of the tour collection for the teas. So this one here, number 130, is my Zenithus species Columbia Blue, which is the Colombian blue bloom bird eater, a 2.5-inch suspect male. Okay, so last but certainly not least, a lot of people ask me if I own an X Imanus, and I do. You can see the legginess of this guy is simply amazing. Yeah, this is a penultimate male Colombian lesser black, and his name is Genesis. And I'm hoping he might be maturing next molt, because I would like to send him off to someone who has a female so he can be bred, since I don't have any females of this one. Very cool. Okay, so I did a head count. I actually counted 133 with this one. I forgot to include it. This is a Theraphosphini species Costa Rica, which is the Black Emilia. Basically it has a black body with a brown carapace with a black triangle on there. And from what I heard, it's supposed to be very quick growing, around 4 to 5 inches. So that is pretty much all the tarantulas I have. Only 133, plus I have 4 scorpions, 1 centipede, 1 tailless whip scorpion, and 4 trapdoors, and true spiders. So I'll give you guys an update on my gecko, my hamster, my 2 guinea pigs, and of course Maggie. And of course everyone remembers my little Maggie, my 11-year-old female Shih Tzu. Come here, paw. Come here, paw. She has a bad habit of doing that. Come here, paw. Come here, paw. Yeah, she's about 77 in dog years, in human years. Okay, give an update on. Here's my 2 guinea pigs. Here's Haley and Leah. Here we go. Right here. They're cute. My leopard gecko still doing well. She's in her cave. I will be making a feeding video tomorrow on them. And my hamster. This guy is old. He's over 2 years old, so he doesn't get out and about much anymore, but it's a great one. It's a Russian dwarf hamster. Alright everyone, so hope you enjoy this awesome tour video. I enjoyed showing you all my collection that I have so far. So I'm going to the expo on Sunday, and if you want me to look for a specific tarantula that you want me to add and make videos of, please let me know in the comment section below. I would love to get your user input on what specimens that they have, and maybe I can try to find. Alright, so hope everyone enjoys it. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more videos.